Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday online seminar. My name is David Kim, Sales Master of Toronto New Age Center or Atomy Canada. As we get started, we'll just quickly do our company motto. If we could all just unmute and recite our motto together. Are we all ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go. Cherish the spirit.
Cherish the spirit.
Create the vision.
Create the vision.
Follow the faith.
Follow the faith.
Serve in humility.
Serve in humility.
Aja, aja, aja.
Aja.
Yes. Thank you all for participating in our motto and hope you guys all had a great day so far. For our very first presentation will be how to manage customers note by Sales Master Mi Young Kim from Atomy Canada. She'll be speaking Korean, so I'll try my best to translate from Korean to English.
안녕하세요. 캐나다에서 사업을 하고 있는 세일즈 마스터 김미경입니다.
Hello, I am working from Canada, Sales Master Kim Mi-kyung.
저는 스시 레스토랑을 운영하며 애터미 사업을 진행하고 있습니다.
Currently, I have my own sushi restaurant. I'm working and also doing Atomy at the same time.
현재 저희 팀에서는 고객 관리 노트를 작성하면서 일을 진행하고 있습니다.
So, for my group, we have started to manage our customers by writing out our notes together for our customers.
노트를 작성해 보니 나와 파트너의 포인트가 한 주 한 달 늘어가는 것을 한눈에 볼 수 있고
So as I was managing my customers' notes and the points that I see accumulating from one side, I could see what's happening with my Atomy.
시간이 갈수록 포인트가 늘어가는 것을 확인할 수 있어서 사업에 많은 도움이 됩니다.
With some time, I could look at my points and PV and see that it is growing well.
성공자분들이 제품을 나한테 팔아라 하신 말씀을 이제야 이해하게 되었습니다.
And now I understand that I should also sell products or let other people know more about Atomy's products so that we can keep on growing.
제가 쓴 포인트를 체크하고 그 포인트를 열심히 하시는 파트너를 도울 수 있어서 가슴이 뿌듯합니다.
As I see the PV growing and I also see my partner's points growing and helping them with their PV, it's really heartwarming.
우리 팀에서는 100만 갑을 꾸준히 하고 있고 파트너 사장님들이 너무 열심히 하고 계셔서 저는 많은 도전을 받습니다.
So with my group specifically, we do go 100 every day for our group, and it feels wonderful to do it, and we are succeeding and making great accomplishments.
저도 새 멤버를 가입하면서 제품 애용을 늘려가는 것에 초점을 맞추고 있습니다.
As we are ordering products, we're also matching the points as well as we go throughout the day.
지난주 원데이 세미나가 있었는데 너무 감동적이고
Last week we had a one-day seminar.
특히 저희 파트너 사장님들이 많이 참여해 주셔서 감사한 하루였습니다.
And there was a lot of people from our group and sponsors that attended. I was really grateful.
미국의 로얄 마스터 플로렌스도 만날 수 있는 귀한 시간이었습니다.
And we also got to meet Royal Master Florence, and it's a really great time seeing her.
그래서 5월 석세스 세미나에는 저희 파트너들을 초청할 것입니다.
So the next month on May, we're gonna try inviting my partners again.
제가 이렇게 잘 성장하도록 인내와 끈기로
I'm hoping for the great success with Atomy.
항상 보듬어 주신 박영미 국장님과 저희 파트너 사장님들과
And with the great help of Shenro's master Esther and my other partners,
재심 합력하면서 애터미를 정말 재밌게 하고 있습니다.
working together and strongly is making Atomy very fun.
And 빨리 풀타임으로 일을 하고 싶습니다.
And I want to work full time with Atomy.
그리고 모두가 함께 앞으로 나아가면 성공은 저절로 따라옵니다.
There's a quote, when everyone moves forward together, success follows naturally.
이 말은 창립자 포드 자동차 창립자인 헨리 포드의 말입니다.
This is a words from the Ford Motor Company, Henry Ford.
엄마 내
그,
스피치 할 때 엄마 목소리 다 들려.
감사합니다.
Yes, thank you for listening.
See you at the
Yes.
top. 아자,
See you at the
아자.
top. Yes. That was great and wonderful. I am very glad that your goal 100 is going really well, and also I hope that you could successfully get to 100% of Atomy, right, as your full-time job, and just having more fun with Atomy as we keep going. Yes. If we could just give another round of applause for her and her hard work with her partners and sponsors. Yes, thank you. For our next presentation will be products from Luke Kim from Atomy Canada.
Sorry about that. All right. Hello, everyone. Is my volume good?
You're a little quiet.
A little quiet. All right. I'll try to speak as loudly as possible. Hopefully, this is a little bit better.
Yep.
All right. Let's begin. So let me start by sharing off my PowerPoint presentation. So recently, in the past few months, this has been like a hot item in Korean community, or like seminars or speeches. And a lot of leaders has been mentioning, oh, I've been using this products and it has improved my hair and all that stuff. And of course, recently in Canada, we have had access to these products as well. And a lot of people are starting to try it, learn from it as well. And personally, this is also the product that I use myself as well. And it gave me the thought of, in this presentation, to maybe learn more about this product as well, and in doing so, share to you guys about the product I'm using. Of course, I haven't done too in-depth process in looking in at the benefit and all that stuff until this presentation, because usually when I'm using the Atomy products, I'm like, oh, just gotta try the next best items that's available, or the next new item that Atomy brings, and I have to try it myself first anyway. It's because I know it's going to be good. Now, for my experience, I've really enjoyed these products, and hopefully you'll be able to learn more about what this product is, and from this shampoo line and all these products, what it might be better to switch to, or if you're comfortable with using the original Atomy product line already. So depending on what you learn from this, hopefully this can determine what it is that you need and what you're focused on for your hair care. So the main vital benefit of this is through root vital care, is going into the skin and penetrating and bringing in the benefit in this manner. That is why they have named it root vital, because it's not just the tree that we're trying to create, it is making sure that the root of everything is function deep and well nourished. And that is the benefit of the scalp root that we're trying to work with in this product. Of course, this is adding technology that they've reinvented and reorganized into the product. So their smart biome technology was already implemented into the skincare. Now it's adding the root vital coat technology to amplify and improve this product. Of course, the smart biome technology is the product that goes into the skin and maintains the hair state of the root and vital and all that benefit that is required. Of course, root vital coat technology is the delivery technology, the ingredient technology that has been supplemented into this combination, adding innovation to innovation, as they say. So these are the 3 points that will be focusing on the technology itself, the smart biome that's added into these two technology to combine this product. And of course, looking into the data of how this hair loss product is actually functioning and working. So understanding the focus in where the product area is the DPC, the dermal papilla cell. So this is the area within the hair follicles where the growth happens, where the hair is sturdy, which foundation is, and this is kind of the area where all of the main point in hair care is involved in this area. So it's utilizing these products, focusing in the hair DPC area and making sure all of that hair care property is functioning and working together. So it's precisely tailored so that the hair growth environment and everything is implemented. So it's utilizing this technology to help with 3 steps and the foundation care, protection care, and then strengthening care, and utilizing different products in the series to emphasize more in these different areas as well. So the first step is, of course, promoting the dermal papilla cell activity, where you want more hair growth. This is where you want more hair to grow in areas where you want. By developing this area to improve activity, you have more hair growth. So you'll see evidence with that with baby hair and more fuller hair. If you have bald spot, those will be starting to fill up. That is the goal in making sure that activity is more prevalent and more sturdy and stronger. And of course, protection care is making sure that the skin itself and circulation is all functioning well. So it's almost about maintaining your hair. And of course, strengthening your hair is making sure that your hair is stronger, more improved, more protein, more vital into the hair itself so that it's able to be in a better condition, more resilient, and of course, last longer. These are all different ingredients and benefit that the products is focused on. And of course, there's a delivery technology or the code technology that is implemented. It's because products need to enter into the skin and not just bounce off or wash off when we're rinsing it. So the penetration of this product is increased 5-fold so that it's able to introduce into the skin easily and is able to be absorbed where it's required, including the dermal patella cell area so that the production of hair is actuated so that it actually grows and functions well as intended. Now, these are some of the evidence tests that they do to show the effects of the product. Now, the key idea is to make sure the ingredient is absorbed into the skin. Because no matter how good the product is, if it's not reacting or benefiting the area, sorry about that, my batteries keeps on being disconnected. So it's important that the product is able to enter in and in directly contact with where it's able to function properly. If you put any product on your hair and you wash it off and it's not affected, it's not good products because it needs to go through the process of going into skin, absorbing into skin, and doing the benefit that the ingredients is intended. Usually the barrier or whatever needs to be bypassed for all that ingredients to be able to work for the hair loss. I believe if you are into like deeper hair loss product, they have almost needle-like machines to kind of like make sure it's penetrated, make sure the environment's able to grow. So there's a lot of steps called if you have extreme hair loss process. And so environment is in key of promoting the ingredients and making sure that the product is able to be able to survive and improve the hair as the effects of the smart biome technology. It gives the environment that it needs through the bacteria. So let's the bacteria inside, and I'll go into what that bacteria is. And then this is the environment that it's gives it a healthy area for the hair to stay hydrated, moisturized, and free. And so that's the environment that it's being conditioned. These are the effects. This is the benefit. You can look into it step by step. And of course, these are the improvement scales percentage-wise on what ingredients and what effects is improved in the process of utilizing the product for 2 weeks and 4 weeks. And of course, these are the products that is implemented is the Root Vital shampoo. The shampoo is what take care of the hair, make sure your hair is clean, removes root dirt and cleansing, and introduce ingredients that make sure it stays moisturized and is highly effective. And this is a product that, from what I've used, is one of the best product to actually foam up. So it's easy to foam up. It penetrates very easily into skin with their foam technology. So it's very micro foam. So it's able to kind of go deeper into the scalps and in between the hair, and really benefits kind of using it very efficiently and very easily. So that's one of the benefit that I personally have felt. So some of the products, sometimes you need to put a lot of water in your hair, or sometimes you need to make sure you lather it properly. But this one, it's very easy. It's very effective. And I think they have done a lot of technology into it to make sure that's possible and that's easily introduced. So this is a very good shampoo, especially if you have more of a messier hair or more drier hair, or if you have oily hair as well, and you need quick clean that's effective, but also not damaging, like it doesn't sap out all of the oil that's necessary in your hair. This, I think, is highly recommended. There's the scalp treatment as well, or the Atomy Root Vital Care Hair Pack. This is a very good kind of treatment alternative to kind of make sure you have silkier hair, or like a conditioner as well, so that it gives you a good oil cleanse, and as well as more lubricant into your hair as well. If your hair is more on the extreme drier end, this can give more extra moisturization and softness to the hair that you might have. And of course, this is always implemented into the scalp care routine to moisturize that area and to add in a protective barrier there as well. So this is the kind of the effects that it will improve on your hair condition. So there are a lot of benefit that the product gives, and it's important to kind of use each product as intended, not just one product. I believe the benefit is fully implemented when you use all of these products. And of course, there's the last one, which is the Root Vital Scalp Ampoule as well. And this is it's almost like if you have not used it already, it's like the hair tonic that we have. It's more refreshing, kind of, there's a lot of ingredients. It calms down the skin, it cools down the scalp, and it has a lot of that benefit, but I feel like it is more focused in certain areas where there is more care required. For like example, troubled scalp where it's pimple related or scar related. This, I think, is targeted in those areas, and it can be implemented in helping you take care of specific areas where you are in need of more scalp care or hair loss prevention. And of course, this Root Vital Care has a lot of ingredients involved, and make sure the condition and the benefit is there, and to amplify the growth of the hair. So ingredients like black tea water is being used to make sure the environment and the benefit is evident, utilizing a lot of these ingredients. And of course, these are kind of examples of clinical trials that they have done to show improvement in certain areas. And of course, hair loss prevention, so that less hair is falling off. Of course, making sure no hair falls off is almost impossible, because that's the natural cycle of hair. But making sure hair lasts longer, stronger, and is of course decreasing the hair loss of amount is important. So more clinical trials of evidence of scalp care, scalp conditioning, and of course oil improvement are as well here. And of course, satisfaction in these areas is important. So root value, going from the bottom, fragrance is very good. So your hair is not as smelly. The foaming effect of the shampoo is excellent. Satisfaction for root volume, so you have more hair growth, and this is more volume that you're able to gain. And of course, sebum odor care is also highly good for those conditions. And of course, the mildness of the condition is also something that to me, this product is very good for. So sometimes the smell might be too strong or the effect might be too extreme, so it takes out too much oil. But for this product, it has a very good balance in making sure all of these areas met. Now more trials and more benefits that Atomy has. Of course, kind of going through this as quickly as possible to kind of go into kind of the details of the ingredients. That caffeine is very good for antioxidant that makes sure your hair is fuller, less fuzzy. And this is kind of the main ingredients that Atomy has implemented into the products. Now there is a smell, kind of neutral smell that the product has compared to the other products. It is very mild. You can almost smell nothing from it. There's a little bit of a note to it, but it's very, I think, of a neutral tone that people can utilize without worrying about it smelling too strong and really enjoy the product. There's the mildly acidic nature of all these products because our condition in our hair is always in its natural state of more of an acidic state. It's around 3.5%, 3.5 on the pH scale. So by making a shampoo that's more acidic, it's able to maintain the natural condition that the hair is, giving it a better environment and giving it a good balance that it requires. Now, if you are looking for this shampoo, this is the criteria you might want to go to. Is if you want to maintain a healthy scalp, this is the product. If you're losing a lot of hair, you want to make sure you prevent that, you want this product. And if your scalp is dry and itchy, this is a product. And then of course, hair thinning. And if you want a refreshing, clean, without irritation smell, that is something that you want to use this one for. Of course, if you have sensitive scalp, flaky keratin, so the surface layer of your scalp. And then if your head becomes a little bit hot, this can be very good. And of course, if you dye or perm your hair a lot, this will be very good to maintain structure, strength, and improve your hair after those and before those treatments. And of course, if you have a little bit of rash, this product will be very helpful in kind of maintaining, relieving those itchiness as well. So these are the 3 items that you have. And of course, the 2 ones you wash off, and then the last one you keep on. And there's brushes that you can implement to improve the effect of these products. So you want to make sure you lather up very well. And this product does make it very easy to use. Now, of course, after you rinse, you want to use the treatment, keeping it on your hair for 2 to 3 minutes, and then rinsing off. And finally, rubbing it in between the scalp where you want it, twisting and turning and to close and open. Of course, pressing down on the button to make sure the ingredients come out and you're able to apply onto your scalp. So this is kind of the diagram of what kind of condition and what product you want to use. If you want more structure in your hair and you're not worried about hair loss, the protein intense shampoo set is what is highly recommended. You want to focus on that. And if you are looking for more just moisturization and benefit for the hair, you want to go to the herbal and the absolute line. If you're worried about like scalp care in general and your hair is quite fine, but you want to focus in this area, scalp shampoo line. Of course, finally, if you're looking for extreme hair loss and condition in that area, we have the root vital line, or overall condition. This will be a highly recommended product. So this is the value here in Canada, and these are the ingredients that these are the products that you're able to get. And that is the product we have. So if you're afraid of hair loss, and if you have this kind of condition, I myself, when I was younger, been told I lose a lot of hair. So this is something that I really keep my mind on. And so this is something I've really enjoyed and tried it myself as well. So thank you very much for listening. Hopefully you'll at least try this product once for yourself and see the benefit. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for that wonderful presentation and the description that you gave, Luke, and keeps giving the round of applause. Yes, I've also tried using Root Vital shampoo. I've only used the shampoo because I didn't need to use the conditioner or ampoule because my hair is like already strong enough. But I also like it, and also the refreshing, just the new shampoo that Atomy also put out for us. Of course, I've seen other people use it and seeing the natural growth from my partners using it and how their hair grew a lot as well. So yes, thank you for that wonderful presentation. For our final presentation will be our lineage rules, and that'll be from Diamond Master Daniel Kim from Canada.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see everyone here today. Thank you all for joining us for our weekly Thursday seminar. I know for some of you, it might be first time here. For some, it might have been many months or weeks that you've been attending. But at the end of the day, what we're trying to master here is the art of learning, right? So we have to learn as much as we can here, and then that way, when we are able to action on what we learn, we're able to skillfully action on those things. And so today I have the pleasure of talking about the lineage, right, and how to build your lineage, right? So let's get into it. Yes, so we'll be talking about mastering our lineage, right? So there's one simple mistake that could cause many people to fail in Atomy or fail in network marketing, right? And 90% of people fail in network marketing due to this reason. And they can't get past sales master also due to this reason, or they lose trust with their partners and customers and intentionally slow down their business by years and even end up doing all the work by themselves, but then they get all the complaints as well. Right? So what is that one simple mistake? And as you might have guessed from today's subject, it is lineage structure, right? So the structure of your lines is probably one of the most important things in Atomy, if not the most important, right? So like, let's say we go through all the other stuff. Product is great, company is great, but if you don't know how to build the line properly, it doesn't matter all those things that you learned, it'll just go out the window because of all the mistakes you will be making through your business. And so the first topic that we'll be discussing for our success in our line management is depth, not width, right? So building a straight line is the key to success in Atomy, right? And so here we're going to cover two different cases, right? So this is a different way to register your members. So here in case one, as we can see, we are at the very top. And then let's say we register using our code. We register a member on A, and then we register another member on B, right? And after that, we use A's code, right? And then we register C here, and then we use A's code again to register D here, right? And so now we have two extra legs here. We have this one and then this one and another extra leg. And we do the same thing on this side as well. And so as you can see, now it becomes a very pyramid-like structure, right? So as you all know, network marketing is famous for the wrong reasons, and where it's like network marketing is a pyramid scheme and all those things like that. And this is mainly why, because people build it like this, and then it goes on and on, right? You just do two legs on each side, so forth and so forth. But if that's the case, then that's why it makes it so difficult for many people to succeed. So what would be the better option to do, right? So let's say here on case two, I register a partner under A's ID, right? And so that partner C is my partner. And I use partner C's ID again to register partner D. And I do the same thing for the other side with partner E and F, right? So now I have two straight lines, right? Instead of on this side where I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 lines, right? So imagine having to manage all 4 of these lines. There's only so much money and time I can spend while doing Atomy's business. So splitting it up 4 times makes it 4 times harder for yourself, right? So instead, just make it very simple. Atomy already teaches us this is a binary system. So then don't make up new things from your own knowledge, right? If you had done network marketing before, scrap it all, throw it all away, because what you're learning in Atomy, it's its own thing. So if you do binary leg, then you have to stick to the binary system, not only for your benefit, but for your partner's benefit as well. And so it's a long-term kind of system, right? So we're going to build on both legs straight down. So then when we think of that, which case would be the better option, right? So obviously, if we look at these two, comparing these two, and the pros and cons of each one, then we would want to choose case 2, right? Because this is going to make a very strong, long and strong depth of your lines instead of building it by width and building it sideways, which is only going to increase your workload, increase the amount of complaints that you have from your partners, your customers, and so forth. And it just makes it that much harder for you when you need to aim for masterships and so forth. So here we're covering the depth, not width, of what we want. I just talked about a little bit more in detail, right? So here in the first case, we have myself, and then I have a bunch of partners that I added, not binary. I just added them randomly using my partner's lines on each leg, right? And so then what happens here is that one customer purchased 100,000 worth of PV on my left leg, right? And so that 100,000 PV, it goes up, right? So this customer also benefits from that. This customer also benefits from that. I also benefit from that. So then all of that together, 4 people benefited from that 400,000 or 100,000 PV that was inputted from the very bottom, right? And so it's not bad, right? It's not bad. But if we built it all the way down, by using the binary system, and let's say the same customer purchased 100,000 PV worth of products, and then that 100,000 PV worth of products also benefits this customer, it benefits this customer, and this one, and myself as well. And so right now, that is 6 people that have benefited from that one person's worth of purchases through our Atomy business. Right, so which of these two would you rather choose, right? And so with this, it creates that strong flow of PV, while this one is a very weaker flow because you spread out all your customers and partners into different legs, thinking that that's going to build your success a lot quicker, right? But in Atomy, it's a lot faster and more efficient to build it this way because everyone is going to benefit from the people at the very bottom, and the people at the very bottom will also benefit from your input as well, right? So it's better to do the case 2 in this case. And so here, a little bit more on what we want to cover, right? So let's say that we wanted to go on becoming a Diamond Master, right? So Diamond Master, you need to have 2 Sales Masters on your left and 2 Sales Masters on your right, right? So here I am, I added 2 Sales Masters on the left and 2 Sales Masters on the right. So yeah, I'm doing it correctly. If I'm following the binary, non-binary, but just the sales master concept, then yes, I'm doing it correctly. And so each person has to do 2.5 million PV each, right? So my partner, sales master 1, does 2.5 million on their left and right. Same with sales master 2, sales master 3 and 4 also have to do the same thing, right? So in total, I had to help them as well generate 10 million PV in total, right? All together with those partners on the left as well as on the right. And so in total, the amount of PV that we had to accumulate all together was 20 million PV, right? So that's quite a bit already, and that's only Diamond Master, right? However, let's look at it from another perspective where we're looking at it as a binary leg. And so I have my sales masters here on each side on both legs that I've added. And these are my personal customers or partners. And so each person, sales master on the number 2 does 2.5 million and 2.5 million on their left and right, right? So that generates 5 million PV, right? On sales master number 1's left leg, right? So then sales master number 1 has to do 2.5 million PV on their right. And that is assuming I help sales master 2 using my main leg. So if my main leg goes down this way, I'm doing 2.5 million as well. And so Sales Master 2 also just focuses on doing 2.5 million. And Sales Master 1 also focuses on just doing 2.5 million. And then the same thing can be said for the other side, where they're focusing on that side. I'm also going down the main leg as well together with my partners. And then so all of them are benefiting from this downline structure, and as well, which is saving a lot and building that strong flow of PV, as I mentioned earlier as well. And so in total, we've now generated 7.5 million PV on each leg, right, on the left leg and on the right leg. As well, it's saved a lot of PV for people to do as well, because sales masters on each side just had to focus on one or split the work and then do that way as well. So it lessens the burden. And then the total amount of PV that we generated in total to get to sales to Diamond Master was only 15 million PV, right? So we saved 5 million PV just by following this binary system, right? So this is already, case 2 is making a stronger point of why we should do that binary leg, right? So then just by doing that alone, we're saving that. Now imagine yourself going up even higher. Let's say you're Sharon Rose Master, you're challenging for a Star Master or Royal Master, where you need to even focus on more amounts of PV, right? But if you built it like on the diagram on the left, then you're spending a lot more and wasting a lot more PV building and getting to your desired Sharon Rose Master or Royal Master, Mastership, and so forth. But if we build it on the right, then we're being very meticulous and optimal about our business and building it in the right steps to generate the right kind of PV, as well as saving a lot on very big costly mistakes, right? And so now let's move on to the next part. So we've talked a little bit about depth and building it down all the way down instead of sideways and not width. Now we're going to talk about same links and same line, right? So what do I mean by this is that we want to focus on, not putting people in different areas if they belong to the same category of people. So let's say your family members, right? You put them on the left. Your high school friends, you put them on the right. You don't want to mix and match your friends and family members on each leg and just put them in different legs, because it's going to create a very messy and non-synergistic kind of environment. Right? So here we're going to look at another example here. So here we are, I have myself, and then I added, partners A, B, C, D, and E, which are all from my high school, right? And so then I also have 2 more of my high school friends, F and G, right? And so I say that, okay, since I'm being greedy and selfish, I think that I'm going to add them on my right leg instead of my left leg. I'm not going to listen to Daniel. I'm not going to listen to what he's going to say. I'm just going to add them the way I want it and add them on the F and G, because I myself am worried about my weaker leg on my right side and I'm not getting enough points. So I'm going to split them up so that I can benefit the most from them. So then what's going to happen from that? Right? And that's going to cause a lot of friction later down the group, right? They might not realize it right away, but your high school friends, they all also have connections with one another. So let's say customer, your partner D, they also know partner and H, right? Let's say partner G also knows H, and they also want to add them underneath them, right? And so now they're gonna have to fight over each other to add these customers and partners that they're also friends with, and it's going to cause a bigger kind of friction and cause them to really fight it out just for that small mistake that you thought was a great idea in the beginning that you made, right? And not only that, but your partners will also see that, oh, Daniel is being very selfish. He's only worrying and thinking about himself, and that's why he split us up so that he can benefit the most, but he doesn't really care about our success. Right. And so if you truly want your partners and yourself to succeed, then you have to start from your partner's success first, right? And ultimately, Atomy is designed in a way where your partner's success takes precedence over your own success. And naturally, from the result of that, you are also going to gain success. And so what should we do instead, right? So we built it out. We have our same situation here, and I have my 2 friends that I'm going to add. Instead of adding it on my right leg, we're now going to add them straight down, right? And so we're going to go all the way down, and that's going to create that synergy and building that power structure, is building that depth that we were talking about earlier. And then now everyone is going to be happy. There's no one going to fight over the same friends or the friend groups, and then they're all going to benefit from each other's hard work and PV and product consumption. So then now we've talked a little bit about lines and making sure that we're grouping them into the same group, right? So now let's move on to a little bit more about the next topic, which is to don't build for someone else, right? So this is some of the biggest things that I've seen a lot of people do, because they are, really wanting to have their family members or their friends succeed. And so they, start registering their own contacts under their parents, their children, their siblings, their cousins, best friends, or whoever that is not doing the business, right? So if they're not doing the business at all, then they are not your partners, right? They are just a consumer. And so we need to be able to be very clear on deciding if they are a consumer or a partner, right? If they're just a consumer, then adding someone underneath them that is your own network, your own customers or so forth, is going to slow down your business by a lot. And so let's take a look at an example for that, right? So here we have myself at the top, and then I added my family member or friend, right? So let's say I added my brother, or I added my mom or my dad or so forth, and they're there, and right, they are struggling financially or so forth, and they're having a hard time, and I feel bad for them. So I just like, oh, I'm just gonna add some partners underneath them here on their right side, right? So here, where they're not even doing the business, they're not even interested, right? And then now I'm already adding this partners underneath them. And even though my partners are working hard, right? So I have A here, partner A is adding their own partners on their right and left side. And then I have partner B here also adding on their left and right side. They're working hard. And when they see this, it's going to create an unfair advantage for my family member or friend that I cherish. And then they're going to see that and maybe even quit, right? Because they're going to see that, why do I have to work for Daniel when he doesn't even add anyone underneath me? He's focusing on his brother or mom or dad, and instead of focusing on us who are actually working, right? And so I even have partners who come up to me and say like, oh, my son is going to do this business, so that's why I'm going to build it out for them. But is your son actually plugged into the system and actually following through and doing all the things that they're supposed to do? If they're not, then I don't consider that person a actual partner, right? They're not really a partner, and it's just your own selfish desire to build out that leg for your son. So please avoid doing this, and it's just going to cause bigger headaches down the road, because now let's say your family member, you want to challenge for Diamond Master or something like that, or Sharon Rose Master, the next level of mastership. They're not going to do any sort of work. So instead, then you're going to have to pour in the money on this right leg as well as this left leg here, right? So you're creating more work for yourself and more waste of money and time when you have to quickly grow your business and save yourself time in this business, right? So with that said, if we have to count how many legs that we're supposed to originally do, right? We're supposed to do 2 legs, so 1 here and 1 here. Now that we have a third leg here, we are now divided in the amount of money and time and effort that we have to spend in order for us to grow our Academy business. So in turn, that's just gonna waste time, waste your efforts, right? And so please don't do this, because just think that, let's say even if it's a friend and you believe that one day they're gonna come out, don't do this, because if they're getting free money and they know that you're going to continue to work for them, why do they have to go out of their way to come and actually work together with you, right? If that friend is going to try to save their time and effort and seeing that you're working hard already, they're going to be like, I don't really want to come out, right? And because you built this leg already for them, you're going to have to continue to expand that. And if you want to restructure your leg later on because you realize that this was a huge mistake, you're going to spend years fixing that one simple thought that you made. Oh, I'm going to help my family member or brother or whoever, right? So instead, what should we do, right? Very simple, right? We just build all the way down, right? We just build all the way down. So we take partners 2, 3, and 4, and 5. We build all the way down underneath my legs. So now everyone is getting to benefit from that, right? Partner B is benefiting from that. Partner A is benefiting from that. And even my friend or family member, they're still gonna benefit from all of this, right? All of the hard work that I put into that main leg, regardless of whether they're working or not, right? So that's gonna create that solid depth, and you're gonna build that very strong synergy for not only yourself, but your partners. And so let's say you really want to help your family member, right? Then that's something that you can do when you are already an Imperial Master, right? So let's say you reached Imperial Master, you've had 50 million PV on each side coming up every single month, right? So then you're already making 100,000 every single month. So then now you tell your friend or family member, hey, you already have such a big opportunity here. Your leg is already so strong. So now focus on your own right leg and left leg and build them out, right? Build them out together with my already strong legs that I built together. And then you're going to benefit from it, right? And that's already going to help them realize that, oh, wow, all this time you've been working hard and all of this is created. Now I can work hard and benefit from all of that as well, because it's never too late to join Atom, right? Even though, let's say your sponsor is already an Imperial Master or so forth, it doesn't mean that you're never going to reach Imperial Master. If you work together with your sponsors, work together with your partners, then Imperial Master will come for you and be able to benefit from that as well. So now that we've covered all those key points, now we want to cover the last topic for today, which is to consult with your sponsors, right? So this is some of the things that I found many people are skipping as well because they're so focused on doing it their way, right? Some of them, they've done network marketing before, right? Some of them, they're too prideful. I don't want to ask my sponsors. I don't need their help, right? They're not very smart. They're not very educated or blah, 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 blah. All these excuses. But the people who've walked down those roads and made those mistakes before you can guide you so that you can avoid your mistakes that these people have already made, right? So why then are you wasting your time and effort going through the hard way and choosing the hard road when you can just take the easy way to success, right? I think that many people fall into this very simple trap. So, whenever you're confused about where to add your partners or where to add your customers, I'd say consult with your sponsors, especially if you're a beginner, when you're just a sales master or diamond master, so that you learn to properly build out your lineage for building a very strong group. And so here was the 4 main topics that I wanted to talk about for our lineage for success, right? So the first one would be to build depth, not width. And then the second one would be to link the same groups together, right? So if you have family members, group them together, friends, group them together, right? And the third one is to don't build any groups for other people that are not actually working hard. If they're not your partners, if they're not actually working hard and being plugged into the system, coming to the seminars, working hard, learning about the products and doing all of that, then they're not actually your partners. They might just be a customer, or there might not even be anything at all, right? So don't focus and waste your time on those people, right? And so then lastly, always consult with your sponsors. If it's your direct sponsor and they're working hard together with you, then that's the person you consult. If they're not really working hard, your direct sponsor, and they only added you, then go to the sponsor above them, right? If that person also is not working hard, then go to the one above them, right? Either way, all of those people above you are your sponsors. You just have to find the right one who's going to be your proper teacher and mentor, so that they're going to guide you on your path to success. Because we don't want to be spending 50 years doing Atomy and never reaching even close to Imperial Master, right? We want to be able to quickly reach Imperial Master within 10 years, so that we can enjoy the rest of our life that we have together with our family members, our loved ones, our friends, right? And so then in order for you to do that, it's to, really important for us to let down our pride, let down our egos, and be humble, be really respectful, love your partners, love your sponsors, right? And really do your best to follow in their footsteps, right? So that is all for my lineage for today. And I hope that you all enjoyed our lineage lecture. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Diamond Master Daniel, for that wonderful lineage rule and presentation. And that was a wonderful just rule for us to all follow and for us to all just learn. If we haven't realized it, then that's what we should try doing to just be more successful and getting everyone successful together, right? We can all just give him another round of applause, right? That is it for today. So before we all close off, we'll just do a company mono and then do a quick picture. So if we could all just turn our cameras on and our mics open so we could do our company motto. Are we all ready?
Yep.
Let's go. Cherish the spirit.
Cherish the spirit,
Cherish the
faith
vision,
and
Follow the
vision,
faith.
follow the faith,
serving
serve in humility.
Aja, aja,
Aja,
aja.
aja.
Perfect. We'll just take a quick